evening, ladies and gentlemen, and this is it, the game we've all been waiting for, as your Upper Dublin Cardinals host the Plymouth Whitemarsh Colonials in a game that should decide the conference title. I'm Stevie Taylor, alongside John Gidley and Paul Sutton, and it is a little wet here on this Friday night, but it's a beautiful night for football after all. And Paul, how will these wet conditions affect the game?
Well, it's definitely a lot better than last year. If a game like this would occur, we do have a new turf, which should really help out. Coach Stover, I did talk to him before the game on what the effects would be. You might get a few turnovers because of the slippery ball, but it's not going to be as bad as it was last year. You're going to have a little bit more grip on the turf, and it shouldn't really affect with any mud or anything. So shouldn't really be too much of a factor for the Cardinals.
And John, speaking of turnovers, that's a pretty big key here in tonight's game.
Absolutely. I also think that the Cardinals need to get out early because that certainly did not happen in last year's game. I'm expecting it to be probably another high-scoring game. Khalif Lee, coming off of another 3-touchdown performance against Wissahickon, his second straight against Wiss, should have another good game. And the fan base, we're back home. I mean, we didn't face PW at home last year. That was a road game, so the fan base should definitely be behind us tonight.
That's right. Last year, PW ended Upper Dublin's dream for a conference title, winning 28-23. That was at PW. This year, though, it's at Upper Dublin, and this should be a fantastic game. We're almost set for kickoff here on this cool Friday night in October. And the Cardinals will kick it away first, as that's been a common theme throughout this year. Cardinals getting the ball, deferring in the first half in order to get the ball in the second half. And I'm a fan of that strategy.
And hopefully it is worth noting that last week against Wissahickon there were 3 straight kickoffs, which I've never seen before. So hopefully that does not happen again.
Cole DeAndre, the senior, has really, we saw in the second half of the Wiss game last year, perfected the onside kick, not the onside kick, the squib kick. And we'll see what he does here tonight. So Cole DeAndre ready to kick it away, and the game of the year is about to be underway. The senior, Cole DeAndre, he'll squib it again up the middle, field it at the 31, and tackled shortly after about the 37-yard line. And that is where the Colonials will start their first possession.
That was number 9, Billy Trice, on the opening return.
Not a good job there by the Upper Dublin to get a good squib kick and possibly create a turnover, especially with this wet turf. That should have helped them, but it really only got them to lead the ball at the 30-yard line.
And those wet conditions could be a big help to the defenses in this game. We could see a lot of fumbles. So the first play from scrimmage, PW will come out with no men in the backfield. The snap taken, quick wide receiver screen. Caught, and he fumbled. That's a backwards pass. Upper Dublin says they have it. And they do. So the first play from scrimmage. And the Cardinals come away with the turnover. What a huge play to start the game.
Well, like we said in the pregame, they need to capitalize early, and they certainly did so on that play.
Those are the two big keys, a good start and turnovers.
We were talking about it being wet and possibly causing a turnover. Well, look what happened here. Upper Dublin with the ball, with good field position, and they got a good chance here to score.
It just slipped out of the hands of number 7, Jimmy Rogers, and just like that, 11 seconds into the game, the Cardinals have a chance to take the lead. Stover in the pistol. John Lee's at his right. Khalif Lee's in motion. He'll fake the handoff. Over to Khalif Lee. He's got a lot of room to run. Across the 25, pushes his way across the 20, stopped at the 19, a gain of about 9 yards on first down.
And that will quickly put the Cardinals in the red zone.
Good job there by Upper Dublin. And they kind of realize that the running game is going to be crucial in a game like this because those drop passes, as we saw here with PW, which resulted in a fumble, that's going to really detract from your game if you get turnovers. So if you hand it off, you have less of a risk of turning that ball over.
Yeah, a little pitch to Khalif Lee on that time, and I feel some raindrops beginning to fall. We'll keep an eye on the weather throughout this game. Stover under center, he'll hand it off. Khalif Lee up the middle. Khalif Lee inside the 10, it'll be first and goal for the Cardinals.
He had the potential for a big run there. He got tripped up, though.
Khalif Lee just showing why he's a great player. Had 3 touchdowns last week versus Wissahickon, which pretty much helped cap the dominating victory there, and he's looked like he's off to a good start tonight.
Only a minute into the game, and the Cardinals now inside the PW 10 looking to strike early. The student section beginning to grow here as we have a pink out in honor of breast cancer awareness. Ryan Stover under center. That's number 3, Tamir Bailey in motion. They'll hand it off to Khalif Lee. Khalif Lee up the middle, and it is a touchdown for the Cardinals. Only a little over a minute into the game, and the Cardinals take the early lead.
That's 4 touchdowns in 2 games now for Khalif Lee.
Off to a slow start to begin the season, but he has found his groove just in time. And the complete opposite of what we saw last year.
We were talking before the game about how the Upper Dublin logo is only in half of the end zone. I can understand if some of those some fans might have been kind of duped when Lee was tripped up.
It is a little tricky, but regardless, Khalif Lee in for the touchdown, and now we'll see Cole DeAndrea to try to make it a 7-0 game. Good snap, good hold, and a good kick. So we've seen some special teams errors from both PW and Upper Dublin kicking extra points in the past few weeks, but a clean start here, and only a minute 22 in, the Cardinals gain a 7-0 advantage.
Yeah, I was just about to say, DeAndre's had his struggles kicking extra points, but that was a great extra point.
Well, you couldn't ask for much of a better start.
Absolutely.
So once again, I'm Stevie Taylor alongside John Gidley and Paul Sutton. Upper Dublin looking for revenge against PW from last year's loss. The winner of this game controls their own destiny in the Suburban One American Conference. Now, there's a lot riding on this game besides just the conference title. PW has not lost a conference game since 2010. That's 25 straight wins for the Colonials in the conference, and the Cardinals trying to end that tonight.
We were in middle school the last time PW lost a conference game.
That's right. The senior class for PW has not lost a conference game yet. But there's a first time for everything, right, John?
That's right, absolutely.
So DeAndrea set to kick it away. We'll probably see another squib kick. And indeed, it's a squib kick. Bobbled there, and the PW player will just fall on it at the 32. Another good kick from DeAndrea.
That's all he could do, really, is fall on it.
We saw last week Wissahickon have some trouble with the squib kicks.
That's right. That was number 23, Emmanuel Jones, on the return. And PW will start. Now it looks like we're going to have a replacement of game balls. It looks like PW will start at their own 33-yard line here.
And in advance notice, we just like to say we only have about half the PW roster thanks to Max Preps. So we'll do the best we can.
As always, a hearty thanks to Max Preps.
So the Colonial second possession will start with the run. To the left side, tries to turn the corner, but not a whole lot of room there. That was number 5, Nafis Nazir, the junior running back. And it looks like he had room there along the left side, but a good job from the Cardinal defense to push him out of bounds for a short gain of about 4 yards.
So PW now at their own 36. It'll be second down and, what do we say, 6?
Yes. And they'll hand it off again up the middle. A big hole that time across the 45 and a Colonial first down. So right now the Colonials have number 7, Jimmy Rogers, under center, who was the receiver who fumbled it on the first drive. So a little interesting dynamic to the PW offense.
PW now at their own 46.
Rogers is listed as a wide receiver and a cornerback, not a quarterback. Hand it off. That's Nasir along the left side, and he's met right at the line. No gain that time.
Absolutely nothing. Great job to bear down by the Upper Dublin defense.
The Cardinals' defense really has been strong this season, and it's showing here. Great job for no gain there for PW's sake.
So since that fumbled receiving play on the first play of the game, we've seen all runs from the Colonial offense since then.
PW right back where they started on that last play, their own 45.
In the shotgun now is Rogers. He'll roll to his left. Now he's going to run. He's a dual-threat quarterback and tackled from behind by John Lee across the Upper Dublin 50. And they'll mark him at the 47, which will bring up about 3rd and 3.
Well, as you said, Steve, he's certainly a dual threat. I can see the PW might favor the read option tonight.
Oh, yeah. Upper Dublin really had a big hole there, and PW just took advantage of it there.
We saw the read option a lot last year. Connor Hanlon, the PW quarterback, had an amazing I think it was only a 30-yard rushing touchdown, but he ran about 60 yards on the play. So a big 3rd and 2 early on. They'll hand it off, and they'll get the first down across the 45. So the Colonials move the chains.
Into Upper Dublin territory for the first time tonight, RPW.
If you're just joining us, Upper Dublin leads 7-0. They capitalized off an early fumble. And now PW's second drive of the game have a few first downs and are at the Upper Dublin 43. So Rogers under center. They have 3 men in the backfield. A heavy run formation. They'll hand it off up the middle. And that's a good run there from number 22, Jake Winterbottom. And that'll be good enough for about 7 or 8 yards.
That was a nice tackle by number 34, Evan Scott, really kind of barreling him to the ground.
That could have been a big play. So 2nd and about 2 now. PW able to run the ball well on this drive. They haven't had to put it in the air yet.
They're at the Cardinals' 35-yard line.
Again in the heavy running backs formation, only 1 receiver for PW. The box is loaded for both PW and Upper Dublin. And there's a false start, I believe, on PW, which will back him up 5 yards.
That'll be our first flag of the night.
I believe they call that illegal motion. Either ways, it's 5-yard penalty for PW.
Fair enough. That'll make it 2nd down and 7 now, and PW is pushed back to Upper Dublin's 40-yard line.
And that's another key we forgot to mention earlier, penalties.
Yes.
They were a huge factor last year in the game, although not always a fair penalty last year in the PW Upper Dublin game, as the refs seemed to be a little inconsistent with the calls last year.
Well,
hope to see a better officiating crew this year. So 2nd and 7 now after the Colonial penalty. Rogers will hand it off. That's Nasir, breaks the tackle, and Nasir across the 20 inside the 15. And finally out of bounds around the Upper Dublin 10. Big run there from Nasir.
Well, he had a hole almost immediately. And we can kind of see the comparison with Nasir and Khalif Lee, the way they kind of, juke and get those holes and get out of bounds.
All right, great job there by PW on that rush. As you can see how important the running game is going to be here today, as Nasir just bolts right through there.
Especially with the wet turf. We saw on the first play of the game a fumble on a pass play. And on this drive, we've seen all running plays from PW. Upper Dublin's going to need to find a way to stop the PW run game.
Oh, the Cardinals got called for a personal foul there.
Might have been a late hit there, I'm not sure. But that'll move the Colonials inside the 10. Half the distance to the goal. They'll mark it at the 5. So 1st and goal for PW at the 5-yard line.
Not good. Chance to tie it here.
An impressive drive from the Colonials, though, to respond to the Upper Dublin touchdown. It'll hand off up the middle, and he's stopped after a short gain of 2 yards. That was Jake Winterbottom. So that'll bring up 2nd and goal from about the 3-yard line. And the student section has grown and grown. It's about a full section of bleachers now.
That's right.
Another strong showing from the Bird Gang, and they need him tonight here in the game of the year.
Yeah, I mean, who can blame him? The opening kickoff's not really exciting.
Well, it was an exciting start for the Cardinals tonight.
That's right.
Meanwhile, Rogers in the, under center. That's Winterbottom and Nasir, both of them in the backfield. The handoff will go to Nasir, the left side, and he's hit almost immediately. I believe he is short. And they'll mark him about the 1-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and goal, only a few feet away from the end zone.
A couple of good goal line stops here by the Upper Dublin defense.
They'll probably need 2 more here. Third and goal at the 1. Cardinals could use a big early stand. It's a quarter, and Winterbottom is in for the touchdown, and PW responds with a touchdown of their own.
Well, even though that was a touchdown for PW, that was a nice run over the middle. Nice way to leap over the middle there.
Have to hand PW the credit they deserve. They could have been a little surprised after getting behind 7-0 less than 90 seconds into the game. But they're obviously an experienced team winning 25 straight conference games, and they responded like that. They responded like an experienced team with a touchdown of their own. The extra point, meanwhile, almost blocked, but it's up and good, and the score is 7-7 with 6:25 to go in quarter number 1.
It is worth mentioning that PW's fight song is similar to the exact note of Wisconsin's, the University of Wisconsin.
Thank you for that tidbit of information.
Perhaps some copyright infringement.
Upper Dublin is not, UDTV is not responsible for any comments, Sean Gidley says.
Yeah, well. Is anyone really?
So what do you think, what do you make of this start so far, John?
Well, I think we obviously said that they needed to capitalize early, which they did with the fumble and Khalif Lee getting the touchdown. And this might be, who knows, this might just be a minor hiccup, and the Cardinals get an even better drive than they did on their last drive.
Yeah, they'll definitely have a lot further to go, as it looks like we're ready to get back to action. So PW ready to kick it. Back to return is Gary Fields for the Cardinals, as well as, I can't see the other number. And it's a little bloop kick. Nice catch there from, and he's going to run across the right side and tackle the 35. That was number 9, Tamir Hartsock, as PW tried the little pooch kick, I guess you could call it.
Yeah. And that's what you get when you get those short kicks. You don't get your regular returners. You get someone like Tamir Hartsock. But at least that puts the Cardinals in better field position than they might have been had Fields or the other unnamed returner, we couldn't see his number. It's better than they might have gotten. So the Cardinals now with their own 35-yard line on 1st and 10.
So junior quarterback Ryan Stover, his second drive of the night. Of course, Khalif Lee scored the touchdown on the first drive. He'll quick throw over. That's Gary Fields, and Gary Fields has a hole. Makes the cut across the 50, across the 40, across the 30, and he's finally wrapped up inside the 15. What a play to start the drive.
An absolutely beautiful run for Gary Fields.
A great throw from Stover, and he got some nice blocks from his receivers out there.
That was over 50 yards.
Again, I'm trying to do the math here.
Yeah, I am too.
It's about 50 yards or so, yeah.
That's what I said. Is 1st and 10.
And no, it looks like they're coming back.
What happened?
I think they're going to call a holding penalty on one of the receivers, which is a shame because that was such a beautiful play. Shades of last year. Indeed, it's a holding call against the Cardinals. So instead of a 50-yard play, we'll have to replay the first down.
It's a real shame it had to be on that play, too, because it was such a great run for Gary Fields.
Yeah, he made a nice cut move, was able to run down to the inside the 15. But instead, the Cardinals go back.
They will start from their own 32-yard line, it looks like.
So they're still trying to sort it out. They're marking it at the 32, which would make it 1st and 13, because the penalty was where the foul was, not from the original line of scrimmage.
Clock stopped at 6:07, so we're just a little over halfway through this first quarter, with the game tied at 7.
And the crowd has really come out in full support tonight. They need it. It's a big game. Game of the year. Conference title on the line. So it is about 1st and 13 now for the Cardinals. Stover, quick throw, same play, just to the opposite side. Gary Fields, nice play across the 40. Not quite a 50-yard gain that time, but still a solid gain of about 10 yards.
He could have had a better run had he not been knocked out of bounds.
And I'm surprised PW wasn't able to cover that. It's the same exact play.
That's right.
Just over to the left side instead of the right. And that's what we've seen so far with Ryan Stover a lot of quick throws to get the ball out of his hands.
It'll be 2nd and 4 with the ball at the Cardinals' 42-yard line.
They'll give Fields 9 yards on that play. And now Stover in the pistol. That's John Lee to his right, Khalif Lee behind him. They'll hand it off to John Lee, his first carry of the night. And a nice hole for him as he gets to midfield, a gain of about 8 and another first down.
That was an easy first down, and the Cardinals now officially in PW field possession. They're at the Colonials' 49-yard line.
And we expected a high-scoring game, and so far the offenses have had no trouble moving the ball.
Neither of these teams have, really.
So Stover in the shotgun. Quick throw to his right. That's Khalif Lee. And he pushes his way for a 4-yard gain.
Well, that was the quarterback that brought him down, number 7, Jimmy Rogers. Obviously a dual threat in more ways than one.
He can play quarterback, he can play receiver, he can play cornerback, he can do it all.
And so, that will be 2nd down and 6 with the Cardinals.
That's like last week when we saw John Barrett catch a pass.
That's right.
He can punt, he can play tight end, he can do everything.
Cardinals at the Colonials' 45.
Stover in the pistol. He'll hand it off to Khalif Lee. And Khalif Lee, a big hole across the 40. That should be another Cardinal. First down. And the offensive line getting a big push so far against that PW defensive line.
That was a gain of 6, so Khalif Lee looks like he got the exact distance needed for a first down. The Cardinals will now start at the Colonials' 39-yard line with a fresh set of downs.
And one of the concerns coming into tonight's game was that the Colonial line is much bigger than the Upper Dublin line, both on offense and defense. But so far, that hasn't been a problem on the offensive side of the ball.
At least for now.
Stover in the gun. He will hand it off to John Lee. The senior cuts across to the left side and is kind of chop blocked at the 35 and falls forward to the 34.
And a flag is down. Might be for that. Personal foul.
And it looks like it's... The referees are still discussing it. And it's going to be a block in the back against the Cardinals.
Against the Cardinals. Odd.
So we saw this last year in the PW game. Penalties proved to be their Achilles heel, and so far tonight, that's the one big penalty on that 50-yard play, and then that's, I believe, a total of 3 penalties so far in the first quarter, which is strange for a usually pretty strong Cardinal team.
And so the Cardinals are now shoved back to the Colonials' 45-yard line.
Stover all alone in the backfield. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. That's 26, Khalif Lee in motion. Stover over the middle, and a good catch. Guess who that is? The punter, John Barrett. We were just mentioning him.
He had absolutely no one covering him. That was an easy catch for an easy first down.
Marked at the 30. I believe that's going to be about a half a yard shy because of that penalty.
Right.
So it'll bring up 3rd and about half a yard now. Excuse me, 2nd and a yard.
Cardinals at PW's 30-yard line.
Cardinals able to match. What a play from Matt Thompson.
I think he's definitely one of the more athletic players on this team.
Definitely. I mean, he can play football, basketball, baseball, multi-sport athlete, and multi-position. He plays receiver and cornerback.
And even though it was only good for about 5 yards, that was still a miraculous catch.
And that's something that the wet turf is going to affect, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, you saw Thompson slip there. So the Cardinals at about the 29.5-yard line of PW with less than a minute to go now.
2nd and 22 now, so that penalty really brought them back. I don't know how that adds up.
Yeah, I thought it was 1st and 22 the last time I checked the
Well,
scoreboard.
it must have been 1st and 27. I don't know how holding 17-yard penalty. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. Stover, he's going to scramble now. Good play from Stover, and he'll get across the 25 back to the original line of scrimmage. So a good play from Stover to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, not bad. A nice read option play there. And so that'll bring up third down for the Cardinals.
And a manageable 10 yards to go. And we'll see if they get one more play off as there's 15 seconds and counting in the first quarter. And it looks like they're just going to let it run down. So an interesting first quarter. Shades of last year with the penalty calls. But regardless, Cardinals should be pleased with their performance in the first quarter. The score 7-7 after 1. We'll be right back here on UD TV. And we're back here on UDTV, 7-7 our score.
Upper Dublin now at the opposite end of the field, still at the PW 23-yard line. Number 1, Michael Cottam is in motion. You can see his speed there.
We saw him with a big game last week against Wiss.
Stover back to pass. And
another penalty flag.
Oh, my God.
This time it's on PW. It's offside, so that's
I saw a couple.
It's a free 5 yards.
Saw a couple of Cardinals clapping, so by deductive reason, you can tell it was probably against PW.
And kind of a mocking cheer coming from the Upper Dublin crowd, as they were clearly not pleased with the calls in the first quarter.
So that'll be a third down and 6 now. The 5-yard penalty moves the Cardinals up to PW's 18-yard line. Stover has John Lee to his direct left. Looks like 2 receivers to his left and 1 to his right, John Barrett, who is on the line. Stover scrambling, and he's brought down inside the 15-yard line.
He's about a yard or 2 shy of the first down, though.
Actually more inside the 10.
And we'll see if Coach Stover decides to go for it here on 4th and short. Good play from quarterback Ryan Stover there, though. I see Ryan Stover going back out there, so it looks like they will go for it. A big 4th and 1 here in the early in the second quarter.
At PW's 13-yard line, Cardinals looking to regain the lead after Khalif Lee scored a touchdown on their first drive, and PW responded with a touchdown.
Back in that goal line formation, it worked for them earlier.
Khalif Lee behind Stover, and now they break. John Lee, along with Matt Thompson, was originally behind Stover.
And Matt Thompson's wide open. Matt Thompson is wide open, but
Stover
didn't see him.
Fires for Thompson, and it's intercepted. Oh, my goodness.
That's actually good for the Cardinals. The ball's back inside the 5-yard line. And Matt Thompson not happy that time. There's nobody covering him for a while there. And Ryan Stover just didn't see him.
Intercepted by number 32, who is not named on this PW roster. And so, even though it is an interception, as Stevie mentioned, PW starts at their own...
They'll be inside the 5.
Their own 4-yard line, it looks like.
And Matt Thompson was wide open. There was a miscommunication. And unfortunately, quarterback Ryan Stover just didn't see him. And so it was too late. But as we said, the interception actually a good thing, as it pushes the Colonials back another 8 or 9 yards.
PW seems like another one of those teams that certainly likes their huddles. They took a pretty long time breaking that huddle. They'll run the ball. That's number 22, Jake Winterbottom.
Not much that time.
Little to no gain for Winterbottom. So there was no gain officially. It's 2nd and 10. PW still at their own 4-yard line.
And remember last year, the Colonials got pinned back in their own end zone, and the Cardinals blocked a punt for a safety. So yes, we could see if that would be a big help, obviously, if that could happen again this year.
That was a very late play in the game, and what an exciting play it was.
Certainly John Gilbert was excited about it.
From under center, that's number 5, Nafis Nasir. And he once again gets little gain.
Only about 2 yards there, and that'll bring up 3rd and 8. So it should be the first passing play from the Colonials since that fumble.
PW and Upper Dublin, according to Max Preps, drastically different in state ranks. Upper Dublin is ranked 60th, PW 146.
Which is surprising because they're pretty equal teams in terms of talent.
I would say so.
And records. PW went 1-2 in non-conference play, while Upper Dublin went 2-1. That's really the only difference.
It was a gain of 3, 3rd down and 7. PW at about their own 7 or 8 yard line. Rogers takes the snap. He fires. It's an off-balance throw. It was intended for number 1, Jared Hutchins, and it landed out of bounds.
And if the Cardinals can keep making the Colonials throw, they're going to be successful because, as we saw, not a great throw there from Rogers.
And that will bring the special teams unit on, and maybe the Cardinal special team unit can chip in a little bit. We saw a couple of weeks ago in the only other home game of the year against Cheltenham, Thomas Henning blocked the punt and returned it for a touchdown.
That's right. Tom Henning becoming a legend around here at Upper Dublin. Class treasurer for the senior class, and he has the famous first touchdown in the newly renovated Cardinal Stadium. So congratulations to him.
That's
first
right.
touchdown on the turf. That's Michael Cotton back to return. As we've seen, he has a lot of speed.
I cannot see the number of the PW punter.
Almost blocked that one.
Bit of a short kick. It'll land about 10 yards in front of Cotton, and he'll let a PW player touch it. Upper Dublin will begin at PW's 42-yard line.
Not a bad punt for a high school punter, about 40 yards there.
Not bad.
But still, great field position for the Cardinals here.
It only seemed as though it was a short punt because he kicked it from about his own 8-yard
Right,
line.
and that one was almost blocked.
Yeah. So with 9 minutes and 14 seconds to go, it's a fresh set of downs for the Cardinals.
Upper Dublin not really aggressive there on that return. Definitely could have got, I'd say, about like 10 yards if they had gotten the ball and possibly tried to return it.
Well, it's dangerous with the slippery turf, but regardless, the Cardinals have the ball.
Stover, a short pass to Khalif Lee, bobbles it, and
it was intercepted.
Oh, it was intercepted.
What an unlucky play.
That was number 29.
And that's that slippery conditions. This time hurts the Cardinals, as that's not a play you see very often there.
And so,
I can't believe that just happened.
An absolutely crazy play. One you'll likely never see again, or at least maybe once in your lifetime.
We never thought we'd see 3 opening kickoffs in a row, but we saw that last week.
So PW is going to start from their own.
A season of firsts here for Upper Dublin.
PW is going to start from their own 43-yard line. You never know what's going to happen in high school football.
That's right. You never know what's going to happen in football in general. And
oh, guess what? Another flag.
Well, this one's on PW, I believe. I don't know what it was on because I didn't see anybody move, and the play clock was still at 3 seconds. And it looks like they're moving back. So it'll be against PW. False start.
And so PW is going to be pushed back to their own 38-yard line.
And now we have the great Trey Kelly with us in the broadcasting booth. Good evening, Trey.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? You know, Friday night tonight. What is it, October 10th? How you doing, Steve?
I'm great. This is a great game, Trey.
I think I'm going to go get me a cheesesteak after this.
Bit of a low snap. Rogers, a swing pass. That is incomplete. Intended
that
for
play
number
was long
5.
and hot, just like that cheesesteak going to be.
Number 5 to feast the seer.
Well, Trey, I hope you enjoy your cheesesteak.
You know, I'm not leaving yet, man. You're trying to get rid of me.
I would never do that.
Yeah, we love Trey Kelly. Great guy, great broadcast. Made some great calls last year for some Upper Dublin basketball action.
Well, you know it. You know, you guys remember that. Yeah, that was me. That was me.
The one and only Trey Kelly, ladies and gentlemen.
So PW is still at their own 38-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 15. Here's the give to Nasir, and he gets brought down at the 40-yard line. Gain of about maybe 2.
That was a great tackle there. I couldn't see. I think that was number 53, I believe.
53 is Stacy Gardner, the junior.
As he wrapped up Nasir from behind and brought him down. And now another 3rd and long for PW. A good job by the Cardinals defense to make PW throw the ball. Beat them through the air. That's the key tonight.
And so PW with a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 12 from their own 41. Not a favorable down and not a favorable field position either. Rogers back to pass. He's under pressure. And he fires, and it's caught by number 5, Nafis Nasir. And he's got a 1st down at the Upper Dublin 45.
What an amazing throw from Rogers there. He got hit as he threw and just floated it up there. And wide open was the running back Nasir.
I thought once he threw it that was going to drop down, but then, as soon as I saw it get up in the air, I was like, there might be a chance, but good job by Upper Dublin to try to get the sack, but, sometimes it just doesn't work out.
And the Cardinal defense did not recognize the screen fast enough on that one, and that's what cost them the 1st down.
1st and 10 at Upper Dublin's 45-yard line. Rogers with 2 receivers to his left. 1 in motion, that's number 20, Ray Clarkson. Rogers, the direct snap, and he is going to run it down to the 40-yard line, gain of about 4 or 5.
And there's that dual threat we've talked about with Jimmy Rogers. Last year he played as a receiver, so obviously he has some speed. But this year he's their starting quarterback. Cardinals could really use a defensive stop here on this drive.
Sure. 2nd down and 5. Colonial's got half the distance there. Now at the Cardinals 40. Rogers will give to number 22, Jake Winterbottom, and he almost did a somersault.
His bottom got flipped over there.
That hit looked like one that Joe Montana used to do back in the day.
Good stop there from the Cardinal defense, though, as he got flipped over, you're right.
So it was a loss of 1. It's 3rd and 6 from the Cardinals' 41-yard line.
Big 3rd down here for the defense.
Another big defensive stop here, perhaps. Rogers has a plethora of receivers to his left. He'll give to Winterbottom. Winterbottom across the 15, or now at the 15, he's to the 10, he's to the 5, and he's into the end zone for a PW touchdown.
Man, he just threw the defense's back out like Bob Backlund out there, son. But you know what? He should have gotten a celebration penalty, and that is a bad call by them refs, man.
He dropped the ball, and what is he doing right now? I mean, you scored a touchdown, big whoop. Just go and get off the field and then let the kicking team get on.
Is excessive celebration a call anymore? What is that?
I think it is, but, this is a very emotional game for both teams.
He'll be turning into TO soon and bring out a cell phone.
And you're talking to somebody who just does not care, okay?
Low snap, extra point is up, but it's still good, and it's a 14-7 lead for PW, their first lead of the night.
Great job there from the holders. As you mentioned, it was a low snap. Was it Winterbottom? So after that quick 7-0 start from the Cardinals, the Colonials have scored the last 14 points.
6 minutes and 47 seconds to go before halftime, and as we mentioned, PW with the lead for the first time tonight.
And what would be ideal for the Cardinals right now is to take a slow, methodical drive down the field, tie up the game, and then get the ball to start the second half.
Number 1, Michael Cottom, number 6, Gary Fields, and number 33, Philip Butler, are all back to receive, and who knows, maybe even number 18, Danny
all
Boggs.
Three of those men scored touchdowns last week against Wissahickon.
Well, with these short kicks, you're never going to know who's going to get the kick return.
The ball lined up all the way on the left side of the hash mark.
Here's the kick. It's a boomer by high school standards. Michael Cottom will take it at the 30-yard line. He's across the 35. He's to the 40, and he's brought down inside the 45. He could have had a big run if he wasn't stripped.
And Michael Cottom, only a sophomore, but we've seen a lot of speed and a lot of athleticism from him over the last 2 weeks. The offense trying to get him more involved, and that could be a key with Khalif Lee and John Lee to add Michael Cottom in the mix. Would just be unfair for defenses.
He's certainly a star for 2 years to come since he's a sophomore.
That's right. We might lose John Lee next year, but we'll still have Khalif Lee and Michael Cottom.
Hope you guys got around to it, but as you can see, it's cheerleader tonight, and I'm going to tell you what, the Honeys are looking good. Ah!
That will be all from Trey Kelly tonight.
Of course, minus the little kids, you know.
Here's the give to Khalif Lee, it looks like, and did he fumble the ball? No, it was just a big pile-up, and Upper Dublin has moved to their own 47-yard line.
We here at UDTV do not condone Trey Kelly's words and actions. However, he is a good broadcaster, and we thank him for that.
Anyway, back to the game. 14-7 PW leads as we approach the 6-minute mark in the second quarter.
2nd and 6, as we mentioned, the Cardinals at their own 47-yard line. Stover back to pass. He fires, and it is a low throw, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Matt Thompson.
Again, the turf causing issues for Matt Thompson. He wasn't able to really turn and plant his feet, although that was a little bit of a low throw there from Stover.
We are halfway to halftime. Halfway through the second quarter, 5 minutes and 59 seconds to go. PW currently with the lead, 14-7.
And a big 3rd and 6 upcoming for the Cardinals. They don't want to give the ball right back to the Colonial offense.
We've now had 4 people with their input on tonight's game, and it has come to my knowledge that at some point during the 3rd or 4th quarter, we are going to get an opinion from every single fan in this stadium.
Challenge accepted.
Stover back to pass. He fires. It's caught by John Lee. Lee is across midfield and out of bounds inside the PW 45-yard line.
That's a great effort just to stretch across that first down marker.
Good job there by everyone. We thank Trey Kelly for coming in the broadcast booth. He has left. And Upper Dublin, they got a good chance, I think, this drive to get a touchdown to tie this game up.
Well, now it's 4th and short. That was a terrible spot, in my opinion.
It is 4th and 1, even though the Cardinals are in PW territory.
They're gonna go for it. It's less than 1.
Sure.
And I do think that was a bad spot there from the referees.
They're at the Colonials' 48-yard line.
Huge play here.
Could see them giving the ball to Khalif Lee, perhaps.
We'll learn that goal line formation again.
Seems like the refs are having shades of last season.
They give us to John Lee, and does he get the first down?
I believe he does. It's going to be very close, though. Yeah, I think they're marking at the 47, which is exactly where the first down marker is.
All right, so the Cardinals get a brand new set of downs with under 5 minutes to go.
Not much there from Lee, but just enough for the first down.
Whatever it takes for Upper Dublin to get down there.
And so Upper Dublin will be at PW's 47-yard line with a brand new set of downs.
And they're going to officially measure it, but I'm pretty sure he got the first down.
Hearing a lot of banging on the desks from the coaching staff.
Well, I mean, they've had a lot to complain about so far. And that wasn't even close. They got it by a full length of a football.
No need to measure it, probably.
It's now under 5 minutes to go. A new set of downs for the Cardinals inside PW territory, as you mentioned a minute ago, John.
Stover has 3 receivers to his right, and he fumbles the snap, and all he can do is fall on it behind Upper Dublin's own 45-yard line. So that'll be a loss of multiple yards.
Not what Upper Dublin wanted to do there, and this could really put him in a hole.
There are those wet conditions we talked about again. Luckily for Ryan Stover, he was able to jump back on that ball.
It'll be second down and a significant loss of yardage for Upper Dublin. They are moved back into their own territory. They're at their own 44-yard line.
Officially a 9-yard loss there.
So it'll be 2nd and 19.
The good thing about this offense is they can make it up in big chunks through the air with Ryan Stover's arm.
Same position as last time. John Lee to Stover's direct right and 3 receivers to his far right. Stover pump fakes. He fires. The pass is caught by Khalif Lee, and he goes out of bounds inside midfield.
Bring up about 3rd and 14 to go. So they got a little bit of it back there.
ball will be spotted at Upper Dublin's own 49-yard line. So 2 yards to go to get into PW territory. And what did we say, 13 or 14?
Well, on the scoreboard
13.
It says 13, so we'll go with that.
"13 yards to go for a first down." Stover now has 2 receivers to his left and 2 to his right, with John Lee, it looks like, to his short left.
And I don't think they got the play off. That'll be another 5 yards back. That time there was a penalty. It was a good call from the referee. The clock did hit 0 before Stover got the snap.
So essentially there was no gain there, since it's going to be a 3rd down and 18.
Well, it's a 1 yard difference. We'll take it.
You never know what a difference a yard makes.
Yeah.
A somewhat sarcastic comment.
Still a mile to go for the Cardinals here on 3rd down.
3 minutes and 50 seconds to go before the half.
Both teams with all 3 of their timeouts left. We'll see if that factors into the final few minutes.
Perhaps. I can see that, definitely. Stover now with 2 receivers to his left once again, 2 to his right once again. And now what?
And that's going to be a PW timeout. So never mind, not all 3 timeouts left for both teams.
All right, 2 for PW. Fair enough.
Well, this is exactly the type of game we expected coming into the game. A close, hard-fought game from both teams.
Score is still 14-7 PW. Obviously not in our favor, but like you said, it has been an exciting game so far.
And the big key we mentioned earlier was the turnover battle. And so far, both teams have a turnover, and both teams have a touchdown off of the other team's turnover.
2 interceptions for PW, and one that
that's right.
might be the craziest interception you'll ever see.
Yeah. Although the first interception was really just a turnover on down, so it wasn't critical turnover. And since that first drive of the game, the Cardinal offense has not really been able to move the ball at all.
Third and 18 once again, Cardinals from their own 44. Similar position to the last couple of plays. Stover under pressure, and he's going to get brought down before he throws. That was number 84, it looks like. Luke Mascio with the sack.
Good job from Stover there to hold on. He got hit hard. Not really a big loss, only about a yard, but unfortunately the Cardinals are forced to punt it now.
Yeah, that will naturally bring on the punting unit since the Cardinals were in their own territory.
And even 4th and a mile.
Yeah, even if they were still in PW's territory, around the position they were around like the 45 or 50 yard line, they still probably would have had to punt it.
And now we don't have John Barrett back there. We have a different punter. It's
the 34. If it's 34, that's Evan Scott.
It's 30 something.
31, Cole DeAndrea, the kicker. And his punt goes out of bounds at PW's 35. So at least he got it out of bounds.
Not a terrible punt. It moved the field position about 25, 30 yards downfield.
So the Colonials will get a brand new set of downs with 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go before the half.
All right, we'll plug it in at halftime.
And they will begin at their own 37-yard line.
Cardinals really need to stop. They can't afford to be down more than 7 at the half.
Lots of Colonials bunched up on the line once again.
That's what we've seen a lot so far tonight. And
timeout.
That's another timeout from PW, you're right.
All right, so now just 1 timeout remaining for the Colonials.
Definitely an electric atmosphere here tonight, John. A lot of fans.
Absolutely. Marching Cardinals, great as usual. And so PW is back to the huddle at their own 42-yard line. As we mentioned, with a brand new set of downs and a 14-7 lead. And you can tell the marching band's good when I can't hear myself talk.
That's right.
Here's the give to, it looks like Nasir, and he's going to get bunched up at the 40-yard line.
And you saw the swarm of red jerseys around him, and they did a good job. They went for the ball with those slippery conditions trying to force a fumble, but that time Nasir able to hold on to it.
Gain of about 3, it looked like, so second down and, I want to say 7 from
That's
the
right.
Colonials' 40-yard line.
10 minus 3 is 7.
Well, I just wasn't certain. I was waiting for the scoreboard. I know 10 minus 3, Stevie.
All right, well, we were trying to figure out the 50-yard run earlier, but couldn't do math then. So
That's a little different than 10 minus 3.
It's a Friday before a 3-day weekend.
Rogers fakes, he fires as he's hit, and he's wide open. That's number 20, Ray Clarkson. And Clarkson is off to the races. He's to the 25 and out of bounds at the 20-yard line. The Colonials in the red zone, and they could possibly have a 2-touchdown lead.
A miscommunication there in the upper double and secondary. And that left him wide open for that big 30-yard play. Man, we could really use a turnover right here.
I'll say. So the Colonials with a brand new set of downs once again. And they will start at about the 19.5-yard line of the Cardinals with 2 minutes and 1 second to go before halftime. They could very easily make this a 2-score game. Rogers is going to take it himself, and he is going to get nowhere. Beautiful play for the Cardinals defense.
That's what this team does so well. They swarm to the ball and make it impossible for the running back or the receiver or the quarterback in that scenario to go anywhere.
There was a loss of 3, so the Colonials get pushed back to their own 23-yard line, it looks like. Or, I'm sorry, the Cardinals' 23-yard line.
Wow, yeah, I didn't realize he lost so many yards there.
Yeah, it didn't look like a huge loss. Well, 3 yards isn't really a huge loss. Rogers gives to Nasir. Nasir bouncing his way to the 15-yard line, still on his feet as he's brought down inside the 10. Boy, he has been good tonight.
I'm not sure how he got through that hole there. Not a whole lot of running room, but as you said, he's been good tonight. Able to shake and bake his way down to the 10-yard line.
Looks like they'll measure it at the 11 to be exact.
That brings up third and about 1.5 yards or 2 to go. Under a minute to go now.
Yes,
and
I was
remember,
about to say.
Colonials only have 1 timeout.
Here's the give to Winterbottom, it looks like, as he gets brought down inside the 5, maybe about the 4.
And the clock will stop for a moment while they reset the chains. It'll be first and goal from about the 5-yard line for the Colonials. Cardinals need a goal line stand here.
Clock resumes. 40 seconds and counting. The give is to Winterbottom. Winterbottom is going to be bunched up by a couple of Cardinals defenders. Another great play for the Cardinal defense. Nice goal line stop once again.
They'll mark him about the 3-yard line there. And with 29.9 seconds left, the Colonials will use their final timeout. So that may take away the run game now since they don't have any timeouts left.
Perhaps.
Which would be a big help to the Cardinal defense.
That was a gain of 2, so when the timeout is over, PW will resume at the Cardinals' 3-yard line. We remind you after the game, we will, as always, have the Cardinals post-game show for you right here on UDTV. Granted, it's not even halftime yet, but I thought I'd put it out there.
Yeah, we forgot to mention it earlier, so good job by you, John.
Thank you. I try. So PW resumes from their own 3-yard line. Rogers under center. The give is to, is that Winterbottom again? No, it's number 25, Christian
And they're
Jones.
going to have to hurry up here. 23 seconds and counting. 3rd and goal, and they can't really spike it because it's 3rd down.
They give us to Christian Jones once again. And is he into the
I
end
don't
zone?
think so. I don't think so. He's going to be stopped. 10 seconds to go.
And they stopped him.
Let's see what happens. They're trying to hurry up. Only 5 seconds left. They're not going to get a playoff, I don't think. 3.
They get one play, and is
And
he
he
into the end
stopped.
zone?
He
stopped them.
stopped.
Oh, what a play to go to the half. As the Cardinal players rush to the locker room with huge momentum after that goal line
What a
stand.
way to end the half.
Wow. So granted the Cardinals are losing, but it was a great way to end. The score is 14-7 PW. We will be right back after halftime here on UDTV.
Bring it back.
Thank you. And we're back here on UDTV for the start of the second half. Colonials lead at 14-7, and they're about to kick it off to your Upper Dublin Cardinals.
Upper Dublin had a strong end to the first half, and let's see if they can continue it here in the second half.
That's right. That goal line stand gave them a lot of momentum as there's a pooch kick returned by Michael Cottam, and he spins his way across the 40. Nice tackle, nice way to break some tackles, and a good field position for the Cardinals.
And so the Cardinals will start. I guess so.
Looks like the 41-yard line there. This will be pretty good for them.
Cardinals beginning at their own 41-yard line, as Paul mentioned. The score is 14-7 PW.
Yeah. And if you need help,
Stover under center. Rarely for him. They give us to Khalif Lee. Khalif has a hole. And he's into the 40-yard line. And they're into PW territory rather quickly, 13 seconds in.
Nice 20-yard rush there by Khalif Lee. Good way for Upper Dublin to really gain yardage there and put themselves pretty close to the red zone. Yeah, just like that. Yeah,
they will begin at PW's 40-yard line with a brand new set of downs.
This is what Upper Dublin needed last half, but they're getting it this half, and this is good.
Samir Bailey in motion. Stover gives once again to Khalif Lee. Khalif still on his feet. He's to the 30, and he's brought down inside the 30.
Looks like
a 25.
Looks like a 10-yard gain there for Khalif. Yep, 10-yard gain. So they're going to be moving the chains again for Upper Dublin. So another great job by Khalif Lee to just advance himself closer to the red zone, closer to a possible scoring opportunity for Upper Dublin as they are down 7-14, and they can take any points that they need as they just need to tie it up now and then focus on getting the lead.
It'll appear as though they will get 2 straight first downs, and we're not even a minute into the third quarter.
So they're at the 29-yard line.
Stover with 2 backs behind him, and Samir Bailey once again in motion. And they give us to Khalif Lee. Khalif to the 15. He's to the 10. 5. Touchdown, Cardinals! Khalif Lee with his 5th touchdown in 2 games.
They can't stop him. Great job there by Khalif Lee to get the touchdown. He is on fire.
What a way to start the second half of the Cardinals, and we're back even with the extra point to come.
you could pretty much say Khalif Lee has been the offense for Upper Dublin, and that's a good thing, as we needed him. It didn't start off well for him early in the year, but he's definitely hit his strides, and let's see if Upper Dublin can get the field goal here.
And he's hit his strides at exactly the right time of the year.
Cole DeAndrea on for the extra point, looking to tie it.
He made his last extra point.
Snap is good, kick is up, and it is good, and we are tied once again at 14.
Great job by UD to tie it up. So Upper Dublin's going to be kicking it off here. Maybe Cole can also go and help create a turnover here with a good squib kick. It hasn't happened yet, but you know, anything can happen in these wet games as the rain is starting to fall even more, definitely creating it a little slippery. We can feel it up here in the booth. Both teams in the getting talked to by the coaches, and PW is going to be getting ready. Looks like Coach Stover's going out there. So 10:53 left here in the third. Tie ball game, and it's going to be PW's. Upper Dublin's going to be kicking off to PW, and we'll see what happens.
So Cole DeAndrea will tee it up at the 40-yard line.
He's had some very good kicks today. Let's see if he can go and continue that trend here.
Yeah, I was in the shot the last time. Here's the kick from DeAndrea. It's a squibber.
Oh, that's a good kick.
And it is going to be fielded by number 2. That's McKean Robinson, and he's brought down rather quickly, and it will be rather unfavorable field position for PW.
Looks like it's at the 23rd yard line there for PW. They're on their own 23rd. Great job there by Cole DeAndrea to get a nice kick, and ready for the defense to do their job.
And Upper Dublin has come out here in the third quarter with a lot of energy and a lot of passion. Let's see if the defense can keep it up here.
You know, that energy and passion, I believe, began once they stopped PW and the red zone amazingly to go and end the first half.
PW will start at their own 24-yard line. And as has been the norm tonight, multiple Colonials bunched up on the line of scrimmage.
You can see the energy around Khalif Lee there.
Winterbottom gets about 5.
I was talking about Khalif Lee being on the sidelines, as there's definitely some energy going between them. So it's nice to see the unity there for the Cardinals squad. And tonight is a pink out for Upper Dublin, supporting breast cancer awareness. Khalif Lee wearing a bunch of pink various items. It looks like pink cleats, pink skull cap, and a few other various items. Pink flag.
PW from their own 30 now. It's 2nd down and 4. They give us to Nasir, and it looks like he came up just short of the first down.
Who knows?
If that's the case, it'll be 3rd down for the Colonials.
That's what they're marketing on the field. I don't know. They might bring out the chains here. Oh, they're calling it a first down.
Now it's a first. Okay, then. So, PW with a brand new set of downs and barely a first down. Will start from the 33.5-yard line. Their own 33.5-yard line. Got a PW player in motion. The give here is to Nasir, and he's dug himself a pretty deep hole, and as he gets brought down for a loss, and a big loss at that.
Good job by Upper Dublin there to really capitalize there, as they've just kind of realized that Nasir's been their main weapon for PW.
Yeah, Nasir tried to bounce it outside, but the Cardinal defense wouldn't let him turn the corner. And it looks like we have an injured Colonial down on the field, so we wish the best to him, of course.
I can't really see. It looks like, from what I see, it could be number 7. From my view, we really...
Well, that'd be the quarterback, Jimmy Rogers. He looks a little too big to be a quarterback. We'll see if he gets up.
Yeah, we can't... It's hard to tell with these players being on the ground. Both it's going to be a little bit of a somber moment here. Looks like an offensive lineman here for PW, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully he's all right.
That's the PW cheerleaders and the Upper Dublin cheerleaders, too, for that matter, taking kneel down.
And Upper Dublin taking a knee. PW surprisingly not taking a knee.
So it is 14-14. That's number 77, and we don't know of a 77. As we mentioned, less than half of the players on our Max Preps roster have numbers, so thank you, Max Preps. So, number 77, whom we do not know,
so I was
is
right.
exiting the field.
I was right about a 7 being on the uniform.
Yeah.
But I do apologize that we don't have the identity of number 77. Hopefully he is all right.
So PW now, from their own 33-yard line, it looks like.
9:20 left in the third quarter.
Lined up in the left hash mark. Rogers fakes, and it is incomplete. It was intended for number 20, Ray Clarkson, and it slips right out of his hands.
That could have been dangerous there for Upper Dublin, but thankfully there was a... he dropped the pass. Can't really say much else about that one. And so it seems like the turf might be getting wet. I mean, the surface that we're standing on here, it's a metal floorboard. That's wet and slippery, so I don't know how the turf is holding up here.
It is worth mentioning that there's been a power outage in the Cedar Cliff Bishop McDevitt game, and they are going to resume tomorrow. So, for what that's worth, Rogers will fire downfield, and the pass is caught. It looks like number 2. If it is, it's McKean Robinson. We'll see when he comes back up.
PW they do a great job throwing on the rush. I mean, you think he's going to not get a successful throw, and he just pulls a rabbit out of the hat.
And that was number 1, Jared Hutchins. So that'll be a first down for BW at their own 49-yard line, inching ever so closer to Upper Dublin territory.
Upper Dublin's very good defense so far this season, looking to stop PW as this game is close, as it's tied right now.
Here's the give to Winterbottom. Winterbottom shakes off a few tackles and gets about 1 or 2.
It seems like these missed tackles are really just coming from the surface, so I can't imagine how it is for the players on here, even with cleats, to go and try to run on this. I don't know if it would be better if we're on turf or not, because I don't really have the experience to say on it. It can be slippery, I'll say.
So it is 2nd down and 9. PW now into Upper Dublin territory for, I believe, the first time in the second half. Yes, they're at the Cardinals' 49-yard line. Winterbottom barreling through, and he's down to the 45. That'll be a gain of about 5.
Some of the defenders really just pushing a bunch of the Upper Dublin guys, and they're taking notice to that, so hopefully maybe we'll see something there. And looks like some of the coaches aren't happy with how the team has been reacting right now.
So it was officially a gain of 7. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Upper Dublin needs this stop here. It's going to be crucial.
From the Cardinals' 44, excuse me.
They stuff him there. He can't get anywhere.
Whoever got the ball got bunched up.
I don't know if they tried to do a QB sneak. It looked like it because Nasir didn't go anywhere. I couldn't really tell.
And so that's going to bring up 4th down, and I can see PW going for it here.
It looks like they might because, considering how close this game is and how tight it has been to score, crowd's really getting into it for Upper Dublin. So hopefully this will really help as they're drowning out the PW cheerleaders.
4th down from the Cardinals' 43-yard line. Rogers gives to Nasir, and Nasir has an easy first down and even more. He's to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and finally out of bounds at the 5-yard line, but that puts PW in great field possession and possibly gives them the lead.
Almost to drop the ball there as he was getting out. Pretty much getting pulled out of bounds.
Yeah, he was well out of bounds when he dropped the ball, though. So
I think they do that as a showmanship type of thing, which is kind of annoying. We'll see, as Nasir's been equal as a weapon as Khalif Lee has been for the Upper Dublin Cardinals.
So they'll officially mark it at the Cardinals' 5-yard line. PW can make this a 21-14 game.
And we'll see what happens.
Just 5 yards short of the goal line. Here's the pitch to Nasir. Nasir backing up, and he trips at the 8-yard line. Perhaps some slippery turf contributing to that slip for Navis Nasir. That'll be a loss of a couple. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line.
I don't know if you want to make a field goal in this type of conditions. It's not too bad of a rain, but you never know.
They give us to Nasir, and Nasir is bottled up at around the 3-yard line.
Couple yards gain there.
It'll be 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line.
Still better than having them score a touchdown, but would have liked to have stopped them really much at the line of scrimmage or a little bit farther back like they had on 1st down. 5:25 left here in the 3rd quarter. The game is still tied, and PW is in the red zone.
Third and goal. Rogers sneaks it, and he is into the end zone for a PW touchdown, and once again, the Colonials have the lead.
Upper Dublin didn't think it was a sneak there, and then, Rogers just came in and just went and did his job and got the touchdown. So this game gets a little bit more interesting as PW has a 20-14 lead, and they're going to try to make it 21-14 with this field goal. Who knows how it's going to react here? It's not raining, though, so I don't know if it's going to be too much of a factor. We'll see.
Good snap, and the kick is up, and no good. It was short. So instead of a 21-14 game, it is a 20-14 game for PW, and a touchdown and an extra point can give Upper Dublin the lead.
Good job there for Upper Dublin to go and really pressure PW into making a mistake. So that's something that we like to see. And we'll see what happens. 5:08 left here in the 3rd quarter. Upper Dublin's down 20-14. Really a crucial drive here. I think they pretty much, if they score here, it's going to give keep the momentum maybe a little bit tilted towards the Cardinals side. If not, then you never know. And Upper Dublin's ready for the return, and PW's still in the huddle.
And so a brief pause in the action as PW gets set to kick it off. They still haven't broken the huddle, and Upper Dublin is already set for the kickoff. Here we go.
Upper Dublin just wants to get to business and just not mess around. Really just go for the scores.
They are usually quick to the line.
And Colby Andrea practicing some kicks on the sideline, so trying to get ready when that extra point opportunity comes. He's got the foot because he is on the captain of the soccer team.
We are more than halfway through this 3rd quarter. 5 minutes and 8 seconds to go before the 4th quarter begins. As you just saw, perhaps, or if you're just tuning in, it is 20-14 PW. Here's the kick. It's a line drive kick. It will be fielded by number 1, Michael Cottam, who certainly has the speed. Cottam is brought down inside the 40-yard line, and it'll be decent field position to start for the Cardinals.
It seems like the only detractors really for this running game is the guys get tripped, or it was really just some low tackles for the opposing team, whether it be Upper Dublin or PW that has the ball.
Upper Dublin.
Seems like the rushing game has played a key role here.
Upper Dublin will officially start from their own 37-yard line. And the Cardinals will line up with one receiver to the right to the left of Stover, one to his right, and 2 backs near him. They give us to Khalif Lay. Khalif breaking a hole once again. He's to the 45, and he's brought down inside the PW 40. An easy first down, and they're now into Colonial territory. Boy, has he been good tonight.
Great job there by Khalif Lee as he's been showing his worth every play, every drive, and he has the Cardinals 2 touchdowns tonight. We'll see if he can add a 3rd here in this drive.
They are at the PW 42-yard line.
think Lee's got a good chance. Either one of them, John Lee or Khalif Lee, to go in score a touchdown.
Samir Bailey in motion. He's essentially in motion on every play. They give us to John Lee, and Lee is brought down for a gain of maybe 3 or 4. So it is going to be a second down and likely about 6 or 7. As the ball has been spotted at PW's 40-yard line. Oh, it's 2nd and 8. It was a gain of only 2. My apologies.
Any gain's better than nothing, I'll say that.
Stover now has 2 receivers to his left and 2 to his right. He fires. His first pass of the drive is complete to Matt Thompson. Thompson down at the 35, and it'll be about 3rd down and 3.
He seems to be making those good passes to Thompson, and Thompson's been making those catches.
Third and 3 from the PW 35.
You might be in.
Stover once again with 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Khalif Lee in motion, so make that now 3 receivers to his left. They give us to John Lee. Lee is brought down at the 35, but he's got an easy first down.
Hey, nothing wrong with getting that first down, and it looks like PW was kind of confused there with Khalif Lee in motion. Really was expecting him to run there.
Cardinals with the first set of downs at the PW 28-yard line. About that, at least.
Yeah, they're getting close to the red zone, and anything can do. I mean, whatever they can take to, get the lead, because it could affect them later in the game if PW takes the lead again, or it could help them later in the game if they take the lead.
Khalif Lee and John Lee are now both behind Stover. They give us to Khalif Lee. He's been a lightning rod tonight as he gets brought down inside the 25 for a gain of about 5.
These gains have been pretty good.
Upper Dublin now at PW's 29.5-yard line, or 24.5, excuse me. It's 2nd down and 6. Khalif Lee with the give once again, and Lee is brought down at about the 15 or 20-yard line. Let's see if he gets the first.
I don't know. I don't think they're showing it. Nope. Up. They're going to be moving the chain. So, yep, he did get it. So, Upper Dublin officially in the red zone with a new set of downs, with a good opportunity to get a score and tie the game at least.
1st down and 10 from the PW 18-yard line.
I mean, we've been seeing these long runs pretty much the whole night, but, these short gains that Upper Dublin has been doing, it doesn't matter. It's good. It helps them out in the end. Whatever you can do to get a touchdown.
We're now under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter with Upper Dublin down 6, 20-14. They give us to Khalif Lee. Khalif to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Cardinals. 3 touchdowns again for Khalif Lee for the 2nd straight game.
And he has been a lightning rod, as you have said, John Gidley. And that is just great. I mean, it's just amazing to see Khalif Lee catch on fire and play this amazing in a high-stakes game like this. Upper Dublin now with a chance to go and take the lead. And Cole DeAndrea seems ready for the opportunity.
So we're tied at 20. The extra point will give them the lead.
And you know what? This game has been exciting to watch. Despite the score being close, it's lots of action.
Kick is up and it's good. Upper Dublin has a 21-20 lead with 1 minute and 45 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter. And this is what we like.
This is what we like to see. You kind of wish that this was the minute and 40 seconds left in the game, but any lead's a good lead for Upper Dublin. So Upper Dublin's going to be in the huddle discussing what they want to do. I'm going to assume it's going to be another squib kick by DeAndrea, and then we'll see how it goes. And maybe those breast cancer awareness items that Khalif Lee has on. Maybe it's good luck for him. You know, he wore them the last game versus Wissahickon. He wore them this week, so, you know, it's probably been helping him, possibly. You know, being a little superstitious there. So 1:45 left here in the third quarter.
And it's a squibber. It will be fielded directly by number 23, Emmanuel Jones, and he's just going to fall on it. That's all he can do, really.
I don't think they want to risk running it and possibly having a fumble, despite having a good chance to go and gain some yards there.
PW is going to start from about their own 30-yard line with 1 minute and 44 seconds to go and a brand new set of downs. They are down, as we mentioned, 21-20. But as we've seen tonight, they're a threatening team.
It doesn't matter where they start. It just matters that they get to the end zone and score, which seems like what's been happening with PW. Let's see if Upper Dublin's defense can stop them here.
Rogers takes the snap from under center. He gives to... I couldn't see that. It was Nasir, apparently. He gets little gain, though. Gain of maybe 3.
So, 1:12 left here in the third quarter. And it's going to be 2nd and 6 here for PW.
2nd down and 6 from PW's own 34-yard line, and looks like we're going to have a timeout called.
I think that was an Upper Dublin timeout there. And it allows the crowd to really get into it, but there's Upper Dublin's...
I think PW called that timeout. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's Peter O'Hallahan doing a great job handing out the water bottles. So, 1:03 here left in the third quarter. 2nd and 6 for PW. Crucial spot here. Upper Dublin getting hydrated there thanks to Peter O'Hallahan. Great job by him. And, you know, they're both in the huddle seeing what strategy they can do.
So PW resumes at their own 34-yard line on 2nd down and 6 with 1 minute and 3 seconds to go in this third quarter.
It's like 20 minutes.
Clock winding down here. PW needs to make a move soon. As that is winding down, and they haven't done anything yet. There's 9 seconds left on that play clock. 8, 7, 6.
Rogers, looks like he takes it himself, and he gets little to no gain. He might have even been stopped for a loss.
Tried to do the QB sneak, it looked like there, and it just didn't work. So we're trying to see where it's at, and I could see PW calling another timeout here. I'm not sure. As the clock is winding down, about 40 seconds left here. And I don't know why they spotted the ball there. It didn't really make sense, but...
Less than a minute to go. It'll be 3rd down, and I guess it'll be 6.
It really shouldn't be. From what I saw, I don't think it was 3rd and 6.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good spot whatsoever. So, PW basically starting where they left off at their own 34.
They better take advantage of that opportunity.
Rogers back to pass. He fires, and it is incomplete.
And they're going to call a flag.
Down.
What is this type of call? Oh, my goodness. That's not a call that you... Oh, shades of last season is what I'm kind of experiencing now. Oh, my goodness. I don't know why Coach Stover isn't out there to argue.
Well, he was very displeased.
And this just doesn't make sense.
An absolutely awful call by Upper Dublin against Upper Dublin by the refs. Upper Dublin doesn't make the calls.
And that definitely was not pass interference. It was a clean play, and it looks like that PW might be getting another set of downs on the 49-yard line. This is just frustrating.
And an excruciating automatic first down.
That was such a nice play.
Colonials now at their own 49-yard line. Here's the give to Nasir, who is already in motion. He's in the
There's
field.
a flag on the field.
A flag is down, and it will likely be against the PW.
They called.
Clock is stopped at 4.8 seconds. So just one more play, I guess, after this flag.
Oh, my goodness. I
My
think
cohort,
this
Stevie
could be
Taylor,
on PW. I'm not really sure.
is predicting
It
holding
looks like it is
against-
on PW, so, but that doesn't. Pretty much it's going to bring them back to where they started.
All right, fair enough. So,
And
from
I don't
their own
know.
41-yard line.
I don't know why they ran the clock there. It doesn't make sense.
And that brings an end to the third quarter. So an exciting third quarter at that. The score is 21-20, and we will be right back here on UDTV.
What's your favorite thing about UDTV?
Oh, it's just an incredible class, incredible opportunity to get your hands on video equipment, learn the software.
My favorite thing about UGTV, I personally, is the fact that I really like film.
I like being on camera a lot. I just like broadcasting, it's fun. That's why I want to go to college for, so yeah.
UDTV, where dreams come true.
If you would like to join UDTV, please see Mr. Greenberg or Mr. Trantis.
Welcome back here to UDTV. And the season and the conference title may come down to these final 12 minutes. Cardinals lead 21-20 as we hit the fourth quarter. 1st and 18 for the Colonials after the holding call. They will fake the handoff. And going deep, he's got one-on-one coverage. And it is caught down inside the 30. Looks like a little bit of a push-off maybe from the receiver, Jared Hutchins. But he makes the catch, and the Colonials in business now inside the Cardinal 30.
That's a crushing blow for UD. And who knows what will happen. Those penalties that happened in the last quarter really took an impact.
And it looks like the cornerback there slipped, as we talked about that slippery turf. It's not raining right now, but it was sprinkling a little bit at halftime, so it's slippery down there.
Yep.
And that's a big first play to start the fourth quarter.
So 1st and 10 and ball in the 27, not at the red zone yet.
And it's a handoff to number 22. Winter Bottom, he breaks the tackle. He's down inside the 15, and that's another Colonial first down.
Let's see if Upper Dublin can stop them here. Last time they weren't successful, but maybe this time they will be like they did in the end of the second quarter.
Well, PW only needs a field goal, trailing by 1. And they will mark it at about the 13-yard line. So the Colonials can get a first down without scoring.
This game, I'll say, is not for the faint of heart.
No, we expected this to come down to the wire, and that's definitely what it looks like it's going to do right now.
So the fans tonight pretty much getting their money's worth.
Rogers will hand it off. No, he's going to fake it. He's going to throw. Caught inside the 10 and brought down at the 5. Nice tackle from behind there. That was number 34, Evan Scott. Nice play from the junior there. And that'll bring up second down.
So it's,
Are we in the camera shot?
I'm not sure what it is. I think it's like I'm not sure what the down is right now. It could be. I think it's like second and second.
So it'll be second down from the 5. He needs about 3 more yards for the first down. And the refs are trying to figure out something right now. I'm not sure what the debate is, but they're gathering around. And this will give us a chance to recap the game for you. Upper Dublin scored first to take a 7-0 lead, but PW responded to take a 14-7 lead at the half. And it appears that I don't know what they're calling. Anyway, Cardinals then tied it early in the third quarter, 14-14. PW retook the lead, 20-14, but missed the extra point. And then Khalif Lee went in for his third touchdown of the game.
Are they giving... I'm trying to understand what happened there.
I believe they gave him a first down. I don't know what.
I'm really trying to understand.
And the refs are still trying to figure it out.
This seems like to be another storyline for this game.
Just a mess right now on the field with the referees.
Oh,
so
man.
that's where we stand right now. Cardinals lead 21-20, 11:06 to go. I'm Stevie Taylor alongside Paul Sutton, and what a game we've seen so far, Paul.
Yeah, and this is really looking like shades of last year.
It's exactly what we expected, a close game, an emotional game. Of course, PW's streak of 3 straight conference titles on the line tonight.
Also, their 25 straight conference wins.
They have not lost a game since they lost to Cheltenham in October of 2000 for its loss.
So there's
and I still don't know what we're doing here. The referees are now talking to the PW coach and to Brett Stover, the coach for Upper Dublin, trying to sort out whatever mess is going on.
This is interesting. I haven't seen this before, but you know, you kind of expect these things to happen sometimes. So, still trying to figure the things out. At least the clock isn't running.
Well, no, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, obviously. 11:06 remaining here in the half. If it was, we'd probably lose up all the time.
It's been almost 11 minutes, it feels like, since we last had a play. So now let's see what we can get here as the referee's going back to the middle of the field.
It looks like it's going to be a second down here from what I'm seeing. I'm not positive though. It looks like, yeah.
Well, the referees are still deliberating.
But the chains are out indicating, well, it's saying first down on there, but it's...
So I believe it's going to be first and goal from the 6. We'll settle with that. So PW with 1 receiver and the rest in the backfield. Rogers under center. He will hand it off. Nasir up the middle, and Nasir in for the touchdown. PW regains the lead.
So pretty much debating about what happened there with the downs. You know, it wouldn't matter because PW just came in there and scored.
Unfortunately, you're right, Paul.
So hopefully the Cardinals can go and block this field goal and make it a little bit easier. You know, give them a little bit more of a lead if they go and score again, and give them some padding, you know, in case they don't make their field goal.
That's right.
So
26-21, and actually they're going to go for 2 here. Try to make this a 7-point game. Big play here for the Cardinal defense.
And they really need this, the Cardinals, to block this, because if they do this...
Hand it off, and Nasir in for the touchdown, and it's back up to a 7-point lead.
And from what we're seeing on the PW's stands, they are really cheering, and they're pretty excited here, as they now Upper Dublin has to get a touchdown and the extra point to tie the game. So I'm going to say it again, this is not for the faint of heart, Stevie. Really an interesting game so far. I mean, this is what we expected, and you know, even a little bit more. So looks like the coaches are discussing it over there on the sidelines. I'm not sure who's down there. It's hard to tell with the long sleeve shirts. Looks like Hoganbrook and Pringer down there talking to the players, saying, hey, you guys need to score here.
Well, there's still a lot of time left, but a touchdown drive would definitely be huge here. Again, 10:51 left in the game. PW 28, Upper Dublin 21. PW ready to kick it off back to the high-powered Cardinal offense. And the kick, it's a pooch punt, and it's fumbled, and it's a fight for the ball. I'm not sure who. I think Upper Dublin recovered it. Whoever recovered that was a great play. I think so. I saw a red jersey grab it, and this is a huge decision right here. Referees trying to uncover it. Upper Dublin signaling they have it, and they do. A miraculous play there. I didn't see who jumped on it, but that could have spelled disaster for the Cardinals.
I didn't think they had it there, in all truthfulness, and, great job by the Cardinals.
I believe that was number 32, Nick Sonetto, the sophomore, so the young gun getting it done. A huge fumble recovery. That could have been trouble.
And good job there by Upper Dublin to really just not lose it, because if they did, then, that could have been an issue. It looks like the refs are replacing the football here. Really needed that.
And now the Cardinals have great field position right at the 50-yard line. So Stover under center. He will hand it off. Khalif Lee already with 3 touchdowns tonight. Pushes his way for a minimal gain. Swallowed up pretty much at the line of scrimmage. Maybe half a yard that time.
Better than not losing anything, so at least they tried. This is like kind of reminding me of the Abington game earlier this year. Very down to the wire, very close. Almost went to overtime on that one.
Yeah, and it should be another exciting ending here. Tension definitely rising by the minute. Stover, quick throw to his right. Gary Fields with the catch and hitting the backfield. Shakes it off. Still going. And somehow gets his way to the 40. What an effort from Gary Fields.
I don't know how he did that, but great job there by Fields. And so good job. I want to improve their field position and get pretty much, I think, within maybe a yard or a half a yard.
Yeah, he's about a yard shy of the first down. But that's much better than 3rd and 12.
Which that'll be an improvement for Upper Dublin. Anything that you can do.
The coaching staff not happy with the spot, and I don't blame him. I think he got at least another half a yard. It'll be 3rd and a long 1. They'll hand it off. John Lee, the fullback, and he's very close to the first down.
I think they got it.
He's spotted right at the 39, and the marker's pretty much right there. I do believe he got it, Paul.
Yeah, he definitely got it.
Yeah, he got it.
First down is pretty much at the 40-yard line.
And they're moving the chains, so the Cardinals do get the first down to keep the chains moving.
It doesn't matter, as I say, it doesn't matter how you get up there and score and get up there and get first downs. It just matters that you get it.
As long as you get it in the end zone. 9:20 to go. Cardinals at the PW 39-yard line, trailing by 7.
I will say, people say it's as simple as just going and scoring more points than the other team, and you'll have to agree with that.
Stover will hand it off to John Lee. John Lee with a huge hole across the 30 and tripped up at the 25-yard line, and a big run there from the senior John Lee.
It could set up another miraculous Khalif Lee run and maybe get his 4th touchdown.
Well, he's already had 3.
I'd say why not make it 4? Or you might want to go and share, give one to John Lee or someone else, but
they'll officially spot him at the 26. Good enough for a gain of 13 there from John Lee.
Makes it. We'll see what happens.
Stover will come out in the pistol. John Lee to his left, Khalif Lee behind him. The give is to Khalif Lee. Rushing to the left side across the 25. And wrapped up around the 23-yard line for a short gain of 3 yards.
Not much gain for them there, but
keep the ball moving forward.
No doubt. This is what they need to do. 8:25 here left in the. It could be the game, could be the quarter. We'll see.
We might go to overtime at the rate we're going. Still a lot of football to be played, though.
Yep, it's only been about 4 minutes through this quarter, and
Cardinals not worrying about the time right now, just focused on getting into the end zone and tying the game. So Stover in the shotgun. He will hand off, and wrapped up in the backfield. Looks like a face mask, but no call. That was number 21, David Bryant. And was that me, or did that look like he got a face mask?
It definitely looked like a face mask, and
he kind of was wrapped up and his head twisted backwards.
You can see the frustration in these coaches.
Yeah, Coach Stover definitely thought that was a penalty.
Oh my goodness.
So it's a 3-yard loss, and that sets up a 3rd and 11 now for the Cardinals.
Oh my goodness.
This game is, everything we expected and more.
Yep, and as I say, fans definitely got their money's worth. And what are they?
And Coach Stover will take a timeout to talk over this big 3rd down play with his offense.
It's definitely needed. Hopefully some hydration as well will help them. But this is a big play. Could determine the game here, as they definitely need to tie it. And I'm looking at the sidelines. I think that might be NBC 10 over there. It could be CBS.
ABC maybe.
ABC.
Getting a good shot of the student section. Strong showing again from the Bird Gang. They've been great all season.
Yep. It's hard to really tell on PW's side of the section that who is how many fans there are, because I mean there are some Upper Dublin fans over there. There are some PW. You can't. It's very difficult. So 7:25 here left in the quarter. 3rd and 11 for Upper Dublin. They're down by 7. This is a major play for them.
And with only 7:25 left in the game, this might be 4-down territory depending on what they get here on this 3rd down.
I don't know. It really just depends.
So as you mentioned, 3rd and 11, Stover in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. He will throw for it. Short pass over the middle to John Lee. John Lee across the 20, pushes his way to the 15, and I believe he gets the first down. Yes, he does.
Great job there by John Lee and Ryan Stover. You know, maybe PW was catching on to their running game for a bit. You got to switch things up.
Yeah, John Lee just slipped out of the backfield there, wide open over the middle.
You know, despite whatever happens, you know, you just got to sometimes just do that, because if you don't change things up, then it can really... Yeah,
3rd and 11 isn't really a great down to be in, but a good call from Coach Stover. And the Cardinals get 12 on 3rd and 11 to move the chains. 1st and 10, ball at
the
about
15.
At the 15-yard line.
Good opportunity here to score for Upper Dublin, or at least get 3 points, but I don't think they're in that mindset.
Khalif Lee up the middle. And he is pushed backwards, but the whistle blows the play dead at about the 12-yard line.
Looks like a 3-yard gain there, as you said. So, I mean, hey, inch by inch, little by little, getting closer to that end zone.
And we see Cole DeAndrew here on the sideline practicing that extra point, because in high school football, that extra point is never guaranteed, and when you're down by 7, you need that extra point.
No doubt. I mean, that's why I think PW didn't go for the extra point. They missed it.
And they wanted to make it a 7-point game, yeah.
You know,
but Cole DeAndrew's been 3 for 3 tonight. But first, the Cardinals need to get in the end zone. Stover under center. That's number 3, Tamir Bailey in motion. The handoff to Khalif Lee. Right side, pushes his way inside the 10. He'll be spotted about the 9. And that will bring up 3rd and about 4 yards to go.
So this is a major point here for Upper Dublin. They either need to get it in the end zone or get that first down. But, I mean, if they get that first down, it's a very good percentage that they'll get it in the end zone after that. So, major point here. 5:45 here left in the game, or possibly this quarter. Well, depending on how this game goes.
Cardinals in that jumbo formation. Everybody in at the line. Hands it off to the senior John Lee, and John Lee does not get to the first down. Got about halfway there. It'll be 4th and 2 now. And
someone down there for PW?
No, I think there's just a pile up. Luckily, everyone's okay.
We'll see what they say it is.
And with only 5 minutes to go, they're going to go for it here on 4th and 2. Huge play for the Cardinals.
They have to. And those gains there, I mean, if it's 4th and 2nd, then, you know, that's a small gain. And you can hear the sections
trying to cheer them on. 4th and 3 from about the 8-yard line. Big play here. Under 5 to go. Cardinals need a first down.
Anything can and will happen here.
I formation for the Cardinals. Stover will fake the fake the handoff. Now pressure coming. Gets rid of it, and it is caught.
Oh my goodness!
Matt Thompson, what a catch!
He does it again!
Oh my goodness!
He does it again!
And the sideline erupts. What a play from Ryan Stover just to get rid of the ball. And Matt Thompson somehow hauled that in, and the Cardinals miraculously are an extra point away from tying the game. Can you believe what just happened,
It's a Thompson miracle! That's the 3rd time he's had a catch like that. Oh my goodness!
Wow!
4:39 left in this game. Cardinals are down by 1, and DeAndre ready to kick.
Huge extra point here from the senior. It is up, and it is good! A tie game!
The momentum has shifted. Upper Dublin with a major play. This game is tied. And oh my goodness!
What? I've never seen anything like that. What? First of all,
oh my
from
goodness!
Ryan Stover. He was right. He had 2 men draped around him as he threw it. That just shows the arm strength from the junior. And Matt Thompson able to fight his way for the touchdown catch. What a play!
As I said before, anything can and will happen with these PW games. Oh my goodness!
And the drama just keeps getting richer.
As these are the times that test men's souls. And we welcome John Gidley back to the booth. And we, oh my goodness. Upper Dublin's still in the huddle, trying to prepare for something here. They could do a squib kick here, but I don't think they'd want to risk it. I think they just want to go and, just try. Actually, I meant an onside kick. They're going to definitely do a squib kick. And if you do the onside, then there's definitely not a chance of recovery there for Upper Dublin, as that's what happened with the PW there. So I think it's probably going to be another squib kick, not an onside, because they can't risk it like PW did there.
Right. Just to reinforce how much this final 4 minutes and 39 seconds means. Both teams undefeated in conference play. Both teams should win out on the last 3 games. So the winner of this game takes over sole possession of first place and can control their own destiny for the Suburban 1 American Conference title. Cole DeAndrew, who tied it up with his extra point a minute ago, will squib it. And
that was great. And he's down.
And he just lost his feet. Cole DeAndrew with another fantastic squib kick. And we saw in the Abington game, in the 3rd game this season, the Cardinal special teams really struggled. Since then, Coach Stover, you have to give him credit. They've squib kicked it every time, and 95% of the time it has worked beautifully. Great job from Coach Stover there to call the squib kick.
So ball on PW's own 18. That's a bad spot for them to be.
4:38 to go. Cardinals with all 3 timeouts. Colonials with 2. Colonials offense back out on the field.
Looks like the is that the Jaws theme song that they
It sure is. Head off to Winterbottom, and he is met at the line. Falls forward for about a 2-yard gain, but a good stop on first down from the Cardinals to limit Winterbottom to a 2-yard gain.
You can feel the energy between from us as the announcers and from the student section and also the parents.
This is
game.
Just like last year's PW game.
4:15 here left in the game, possibly, or in the quarter. It depends on what happens. 2nd and 10 here for
Second
Upper
and about
Dublin.
8, actually. Though.
2nd and 8, okay.
So 2nd and 8. Rogers under center.
Might be 2nd and 9.
Hands it off. Winterbottom. Someone got in there to make the tackle and to bring up 3rd and 7. And a huge 3rd and 7.
The adrenaline is there for Upper Dublin with their defense, but anything can and will happen, as we've seen it earlier happen with PW, where they've been in these holes.
PW has not had a lot of success through the air tonight, and they're probably going to have to convert through the air on this play. 3rd and about 7 yards to go.
They did have that great pass there earlier.
They had that one screen pass, you're right. Cardinals need to watch out for the screen pass. The band and the crowd trying to cheer on this Upper Dublin defense. 3rd and 7. Rogers rolls to his right. He throws, and it is incomplete! And a penalty flag comes in! A penalty flag comes in. Cardinals can't believe it, neither can I.
This has seemed to be the story of the game. These penalty calls that I cannot believe. What is happening
that
here?
Was a great
Coaches
play
are not
there.
happy about this. I wouldn't be either. I don't know what's happening here. And Upper Dublin's not happy. The fans aren't happy.
There was I believe that was on the coverage was the cornerback number 2, Michael Sowers, who he did make the play. He did kind of trip up the receiver, but it was incidental contact. I don't think that's a penalty. But the refs don't agree with us. So with 3:15, the Colonials get a new set of downs, and that is crushing. Michael Sowers, excuse me, not Michael Sowers. Michael Sowers can't believe it.
Sowers he's talking to the ref. I think
he wants to know what he did wrong.
You kind of wish there were challenges in this type of situation.
Well, you can't challenge a penalty flag, but anyway,
I
first and 10 for them. Colonials at the 37. Rogers in the shotgun.
3 minutes left.
Fakes the handoff. Rogers is going to run, and he is met at the line. Might have lost a yard. Great pursuit from the Cardinal defense.
Upper Dublin seem to be keeping it together here on their defensive side of the game.
Under 3 minutes to go.
I think PW's goal is to at least run out the clock. So, if they don't get the chance to score.
Don't give the Cardinals a chance, you're right.
Or they at least want to get it into a field goal.
I don't think I can handle overtime, Paul.
I don't know either.
I don't know if I can handle overtime. So 2nd and about 10. So he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage that time.
And they are really winding down that clock. I don't even know
Only
if they're going to have
5 seconds left on the play clock.
I don't even think they're, they could get a penalty.
1, and they do get the play off. Rogers rolling to his left. Pressure coming, throws it deep into double coverage, and a great play by the Cardinal defense. That was number 34, Evan Scott, with the deflection.
And so great job there by Upper Elmwood to make it 3rd and 10, 2:13 left, and that they're going to have to really.
They're going to have to throw.
They're going to have to. Well, they're going to have to throw here. PW can't risk it, and they can't wind down the clock. So good job, Upper Elmwood, to try to force PW to throw, because now
big 3rd down here. Cardinal defense trying to give their offense a chance to win it.
Upper Elmwood has all 3 of their timeouts. PW has 2 of them. We'll see what happens.
Colonial lines up in the shotgun.
Clock
2 receivers
down.
to the left, 1 to the right. Rogers takes the snap. Pressure coming. It's a screenplay set up. Cardinals defend it well. Miss a tackle, and then he's wrapped up about 2 yards shy of the 1st down, and it's decision time for PW.
I think they're going to have to go for it. They're too deep.
Do they have the guts to go for it in their own territory?
If they go for it and they miss, they're there. If they, kick it away, then, that's...
Rogers, I believe they're going to go for it. Now, the Cardinals need to be careful. This is the same situation that happened last year, and the Cardinals jumped off sides to get PW an automatic 1st down. They need to be careful not to jump off sides. 15 seconds left on the play clock, 1:35 to go.
You can hear the energy in the crowd.
Cardinals cannot jump off sides. 4th and 2, the play of the game. The Colonials might not even play. And it's a false start. No, excuse me, a timeout called by PW. I don't think they were planning on even playing, on calling a play. And we'll see if they come back out and punt it.
Who knows? I don't know what's in the mind of PW.
Well, this is exactly what happened last year, Paul. PW had about 4th and 2. And I spoke with Mike Negley, who was a player for PW, and he said they weren't even planning on calling a play. They were just hoping the Cardinals would jump off sides, which they did and ended the game. So the Cardinals, disciplined this time. They don't jump off sides, and we'll see if the Colonials plan to punt it away now with 85 seconds left.
I think that might be their best bet, considering how many
You kind of hope they punt it away.
You hope that, but, at the same time, they might be thinking, hey, 2 yards is 2 yards, and considering how their running game has been tonight, you don't know.
Well, we'll see.
I don't know what's going to happen. Upper Dublin doesn't know.
Because, if you get it, obviously it's a 1st down, but if you don't, Cardinals start inside PW territory.
With a ton of time.
And it looks like the Colonials are going to go for it.
Energy is flowing through this.
Here's the play of the game. Hand it off. And he didn't get it. He did not get it. It'll be a fumble. Fumble. No, they're going to mark him down. Mark him down. I believe he is short. They will measure it.
And some of the coaches aren't happy. They're thinking that Upper Dublin is going to run in case they get a touchdown. I don't know what's going to happen here.
Cardinals are signaling it's a turnover. I believe he's short. I really think he's short.
We'll see. Who knows how these
Cardinals offense going onto the field like they got the turnover. I think they did.
They did! They did!
The defense stands tall, and with 1:16 left, the Cardinals get the ball at the PW 47-yard line with a chance to win the game. They took one on this 4th down, which was a good call from Stover. Coach Stover made sure his defense was ready for the stop, and they came up with the stop. Now 1:16 to go, 46 yards away from the end zone.
PW thought they could call the same play they did last year. Didn't work. Now let's see how Upper Dublin handles this.
So Ryan Stover and the Cardinal offense, a chance to become legends.
Can we see Khalif Lee pull a miracle out of his hat?
Stover in the gun. He will fake the handoff and throw it to John Lee for a screen. He's got room to run. Across the 40, and he will be...
I think he went out of bounds there.
They're going to say he stayed in bounds, actually, at the 38-yard line.
They're calling a timeout.
Gain of 8 yards. The Cardinals are going to hurry to the line. Under a minute to go. Stover in the shotgun.
54 seconds left.
He will take the snap. Throws and caught. 1st down inside the 30. That's Gary Fields. Down to the PW 28. 49.4 seconds left. The clock will stop for a moment.
timeout looks like it might have been called there by Upper
No,
Dublin.
they're going to keep going.
Clock hasn't resumed yet.
Now the clock starts, and I'm not sure what happened there. Timeout, PW. They will slow it down. And with 48.6 seconds left, I believe, ball at the 28. And Paul, the Cardinals have a chance to win it and end the Colonials' 25-game conference win streak and perhaps end their 3-year conference title reign.
This is a game for the ages, I'll say. I will have to do one of the plugins here. Be sure to follow us at UD_broadcast. We've been keeping everyone updated with what's been happening in this very nail-biting game. We'll have other sports as well throughout the year, depending. And I see Cole DeAndrea warming up for the kick, so, if Upper Dublin, they don't get a chance for the touchdown, they don't want to risk it, They got Cole DeAndrea get a nice 3-point. But I think they want to score. They don't want to go and risk it with a field goal. What do you think on that, Stevie?
Yeah, obviously you just want to get any points you can because any points will win the game.
All right, this looks like coaches are leaving the field. Everyone's starting to line up. 48.6 seconds, tie ball game. 1st and 10 here on
Stover
the 29th.
is in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, roll to his left. And low throw caught, though, by number 2, Michael Sowers. Spins his way to the 22-yard line.
And they're calling a timeout here for Upper
Good
Dublin.
play because the clock continued to run. So with 40.8 seconds left, the Cardinals will call a timeout. That will leave them with one timeout to go, and they are 23 yards away from the end zone.
All right, so both teams have one timeout left. 40.8.
Each team has one. Excuse me. That's my bad.
Yes. So I don't know what the referees are doing here. I think they might be determining. Oh, they're just in the huddle, just talking about what they're going to. What's
talking about how great a game this is.
Yeah,
24 yards away. 23 yards away. The Cardinals are.
And Action News, they are.
Well, this is the game of the week, and they certainly picked a good game to come to. 40.8 seconds left.
Looks like they're getting ready for that money shot.
Cardinals with a chance to knock off the PW Colonials and take over first place in the Suburban 1 American Conference. Stover will take the snap. Hands it off. John Lee up the middle. He's got a hole. Inside the 50. Inside the 10. And John Lee.
Yes!
John Lee, the senior, with 34.2 seconds left. Cardinals take the lead.
The crowd is going delirious. Upper Dublin with a 6-point lead. And BW is going to have to pull a rabbit out of the hat to score again.
I don't believe it. Get the field.
John Lee, the running tandem of the Lees, has struck here tonight.
And what a way. You'd love to see a senior make the game-tying touchdown with Matt Thompson. And now John Lee gives them the lead. Cole DeAndrea the extra point, and hold up, there's a whistle. And we'll see what that's on. But 34-28, Cardinals take the lead. Only 34 seconds to go.
That could be a penalty on PW, hopefully, because then, so it looks like it's against them. So looks like this extra point will stand. I'm not sure. We'll see what they're saying. I don't know what's happening here. Are they? Looks like it's supposedly. Oh, it's against PW. I don't know why they're deciding to re-kick it. So, Cole DeAndrea with another chance, hopefully, to make the extra point here for Upper Dublin.
It is up and good. 35-28. No good, they're saying.
I don't know what there's.
Well, Cardinals still have the lead. And that is not important at the moment, but we'll see in 34 seconds if that's important.
That was a good field goal. I don't know what's. This is. Oh. I wish I could say more about that.
It sure looked good from here.
I don't know why they. It looks like a.
Well, if the Cardinals defense gets the stop, it won't matter.
They're gonna.
34 seconds left.
PW is gonna have to pull a rabbit out of the hat. They still have a chance at victory.
And they're gonna have to do it through the air, which they've struggled to do.
And I will say this: anything will happen. It will happen.
Don't say that, Paul. Don't say that. Nothing's going to happen in the last 34 seconds.
These games with PW, high energy, high intensity, and always a thrilling finish. We thank you, everyone, for tuning into tonight's game.
So now Cole DeAndrea is going to need a squib kick of his life right here.
Oh, my goodness.
Again, 34 seconds left. Cardinals lead 34-28. They will kick it off from the 40. And a good thing for the Cardinals, Colonials only have 2 of their 3 timeouts remaining, so they can only stop the clock twice. Now, if they get a first down, it'll stop the clock for a few
PW
seconds.
having no timeouts.
Oh, well, no, I thought they had one timeout,
no,
but
they don't.
use it. Either way, Cole DeAndrea ready to kick it. And he needs a good squib here. The squib kick. And that is a great squib kick. It's just going to die inside the 20. Picked up and running. Nowhere to go. He's wrapped up before the 20. And that took about 6 seconds off the clock. And the Colonials need to go 82 yards in 27 seconds for a chance to win the game.
Upward went really into this game. And we'll see how the defense does.
Cardinals defense came up with a huge stop on the last possession.
Cleef Lee hugging number 1.
They need another one here, though. Game is not quite over yet.
I'm speechless.
27.8 seconds left. Colonials, I don't believe, have any timeouts according to the scoreboard. Cardinals need to make sure they protect through the air here. They bring in a new quarterback. It is throws! Picked up by the Cardinals, and they're going to say it is an incomplete pass.
I'm not really sure on that one.
I do think it was an incomplete pass. That's a tough call for the referee to make there. But a great play there, 2nd and 10. And important here, the Colonials brought in number 10, Anthony Mirable. He's more of a passing quarterback, but he's only a sophomore, so not a lot of experience.
You know, I don't know what. I'll trust you on your judgment there with the incomplete pass.
It was a tough call.
You're not going to satisfy everyone on those calls.
24 seconds left. Cardinals playing deep. Pressure coming. Hit as he threw. It's caught. No, they're going to make that incomplete. 3rd and 10 now. Only 19 seconds left. Cardinals still need to get 82 yards.
They need to get the first down first and foremost.
19 seconds left. 3rd and 10. 82 yards away from the end zone. Cardinals just need to protect from a Hail Mary or a hook and ladder play.
PW really taking a little bit of time in their huddle. We'll see what they have.
This Cardinal sideline ready to erupt. Everybody on their feet. Mirable will take the snap. Pressure coming. And he's going to go down! Back at the 6-yard line. The clock continues to run. 10 seconds left. Cardinals hurrying back to the line.
7, 6,
and that's going to be it.
4.
That's going to be it.
3.
The Cardinals are going to win.
They won. They've won the game.
34-28. PW's 25-game win streak is over. Their conference titles are perhaps over. And the Cardinals win 34-28. Paul won again.
Oh my goodness, they rush in the field. I can't believe this game. Great job by the Cardinals to end PW's 25 consecutive conference game winning streak. What a game. What a play.
And more importantly, the Cardinals are in sole possession in the conference. They win their final 3 games, and they are your 2014 Suburban One American Conference champions. But there's still 3 more games to be played. Next week against Upper Moreland. That's a big game. They can't overlook the Golden Bears. But what a win tonight.
Great job there tonight. And this was a high-energy game, no doubt about it. And it lived up to its billing.
And last year's defeat makes this victory so much sweeter. And the Cardinals win 34-28.
And thanks to everyone here on UDTV. And I'm Paul Sutton, Stevie Taylor.
And for John Gidley and everybody here at UDTV, stick around for the post-game show. Final score, 34-28. Cardinals beat PW.